Hey guys, Donald Miller here. So, what makes a flipper house so dangerous is even the outlets that come up correct aren't really correct. And I'm going to show you this here. So, I'm testing the house and I'm going through. We already know a flipper's been involved here and we already know that he's damaging the wires. And instead of me just saying it to you, I'm going to show you. From now on, I'm not just going to state it. I'll show you what I'm talking about, and I'll show you what's wrong with it. All right, so we're flipping over here. And this outlet came up correct. And it's hard to see into the back there. But the Romex goes into the hole. See that, Romex? That's a rubber jacketed wire. It goes back into the back of the hole without a connection, clamp. It's like a Romex connector. It's a box clamp. It brings the Romex wire in and it secures it so you can ground it. Well, there's no jacket on that wire. And then you go into the back, and I know this is allowed, but stabbing into the back of outlets, I'm sorry, it's my personal opinion, but just risky. You know, one of those stabs fails, and that wire is just going to melt down. So look further, and if you look into the center of the back of the box, the Romex connector is leaving through a knockout up top. Okay, so there's absolutely no Romex connectors in this box. They stabbed it, and that wire there, I'm gonna go outside. I won't, the family's outside. That wire there goes outside to a GFI. The GFI isn't even weatherproof outside, and it's not working. So most likely the moisture got behind the GFI and it burned it up. So that one is supposedly correct, but it really isn't. So I'm going to bring you over here. Now this is the flat screen TV, decent, all right. And you can tell, look, they painted over everything. That's a drywall screw to, it looks like a single receptacle plate, and there is cable back there. Over here, you have a grounded box, but it's not grounded, it's cloth wiring. The cloth wiring goes down to here, okay? And there's your cloth. And I don't know if they stabbed into the back on this one or not. It doesn't look like they did. No, it just looks like it's going downstairs. But it's cloth, and they sold the house, I guess, as being rewired. And I don't think that's rewired. I don't think it's updated. It's just something else I find. As far as the three-way switches are concerned, yes, we do have to rewire the three-ways. This outlet here is on with this switch here. And, all right. When we go into the box is messy. They're not using proper grounds. It's just, and they keep using these old work boxes when you did not need to use an old work box here. You could have used a two-gang nail on. Even if they old worked it in, there's other options they could have used here besides this. I don't like them nutting this cloth wire. It's just, they're not clean. And I hate to say it, but this is often what I'm finding. But I'm not going to say it. I'm going to show you. So from now on, I'll just show you my service calls. And then you guys can be the judge, not me. Because I see it too much. I see the stuff going on in these boxes are just what I experience more and more every day. And that just means people aren't doing the correct wiring more and more, especially in Havertown. Havertown is an odd township because if you own the home, you can pull an electrical permit underneath your own name. The problem is you yourself have to do the work. Well, these flippers are pulling permits for everything, and they're hiring other people to do it that are unlicensed, and then they get an inspection. Well, The inspection, if it only lists 2 outlets that they're rewiring, if they're only listing 2 outlets and they're pulling a permit, they're the only 2 things that are covered underneath that permit. So if your whole house is rewired and they only pulled a permit for 2 outlets, then those 2 outlets are the only 2 that have to be correct. Everything else, as long as a tester goes, as long as if a plug-in tester comes up correct, you'll pass a UNO inspection. Okay, and I know a lot of carpenters, that's all they care about is passing those 2 little lights on those plug-in testers. If they can make them come up correctly so they pass a UNO, they don't care what's behind the walls. I've heard a carpenter specifically tell me that his father told him all they need to do is pass a UNO and they don't give a shit. All right, that needs to be corrected. All right, and believe me, there's more flippers that'll cut a corner than there are contractors out there today. A contractor, if he flips a home, they usually have some dignity within their own work. A flipper that, say, is into real estate or into investing, the name of their game is to make it look pretty and spend no money. So if your house looks really pretty and it's from the 1930 or before, just keep a weary eye out, because if you have knob and tube in those walls, it doesn't matter how pretty your house is, you're going to have some issues. Donald Miller, thanks for watching. Have a good one.